Today, we delve into a significant controversy involving Larry Summers, former Harvard president, and his ties to Jeffrey Epstein, a story that has sent ripples through academia and beyond, raising serious questions about institutional integrity. Summers recently took leave from his teaching role at Harvard after a trove of emails revealed a friendly relationship with Epstein, a connection that persisted long after Epstein's 2008 guilty plea for soliciting prostitution from a minor. This timeline highlights a critical period: Epstein's conviction in 2008 for soliciting prostitution from a minor, followed by years of continued, extensive communication with Summers, which continued despite the gravity of Epstein's crimes. The emails, spanning from 2013 to 2019, were eventually released by the U.S. House Oversight Committee in 2025, bringing the full extent of this controversial relationship into intense public scrutiny and debate. The nature of these communications was surprisingly personal and friendly, painting a detailed picture of a close association between the two men, far beyond what might be considered professional. Summers frequently sought Epstein's advice on various personal matters, including his relationship with a mentee, indicating a deep level of trust and reliance on Epstein's counsel. Epstein, in turn, referred to himself as Summers' wingman, a term that suggests a close, supportive, and informal dynamic, highlighting the unusual intimacy of their exchanges. Their discussions weren't limited to personal issues. They also covered politics, world events, and high-profile personalities, showcasing a broad range of shared interests and intellectual engagement. This revealed a broad scope of shared interests and a network that extended into influential circles, suggesting a mutual benefit from their continued association and connections. One particularly controversial email from Summers contained remarks about women, echoing his earlier contentious statements on women's representation in science, reigniting past criticisms. In this email, Summers stated, "I observed that half the IQ in the world was possessed by women without mentioning they are more than 51% of population, a statement that drew significant condemnation." Another notable exchange involved Summers asking Epstein for help securing an invitation to the prestigious World Economic Forum in Davos, demonstrating Epstein's perceived influence. This request further underscored the depth of their connection and Epstein's perceived ability to open doors to elite gatherings, highlighting the extent of his network. These revelations prompted swift and significant institutional responses, starting with Harvard University, which faced pressure to address the controversy directly. Harvard reopened its investigation into Summers' connections with Epstein, signaling a renewed commitment to ethical standards and accountability within its esteemed academic community. Summers subsequently took leave from his role as director of the Masavar Amani Center for Business and Government at the Harvard Kennedy School, a significant step back from his academic leadership. He also resigned from the board of OpenAI, further distancing himself from prominent public and corporate commitments, indicating a broader disengagement from his influential positions. Other influential organizations, including Bloomberg, the New York Times, and the Center for American Progress, ended their affiliations with Summers, reflecting the widespread impact of the scandal. These actions collectively underscore the severe repercussions faced by individuals whose associations compromise institutional integrity and public trust, regardless of their past achievements. Summers himself issued public statements, acknowledging his actions as a major error of judgment and expressing that he was deeply ashamed of his involvement with Epstein. These events raise profound broader implications for academia, the dynamics of power, and the critical need for accountability within elite circles, sparking important conversations. The scandal challenges the very foundation of institutional trust, forcing a reevaluation of how leaders are vetted and held responsible for their conduct and associations. It highlights the responsibility of individuals in positions of power to maintain ethical boundaries, regardless of personal connections, and to uphold the values of their institutions. The case also prompts questions about the influence of wealth and privilege in academic and political spheres, and how these factors can sometimes obscure ethical considerations. The ongoing fallout from the Summers-Epstein emails underscores the paramount importance of transparency and ethical conduct at all levels of leadership, especially in public-facing roles. Ultimately, this situation compels us to consider why institutional accountability, transparency, and the role of power in academia are so crucial for maintaining public confidence and integrity. This case serves as a stark reminder that even those at the pinnacle of their fields are not exempt from scrutiny and the consequences of their associations, regardless of their stature. The implications extend far beyond individuals, touching upon the very fabric of academic integrity and public trust, affecting how institutions are perceived and valued. What do you think should happen next? Share your thoughts in the comments below and subscribe for more in-depth breakdowns of critical issues and ongoing developments.